He is a big-time player, this bloke. I reckon he's been in the best two players for Geelong with Joel Selwood, and this would be the killer blow for mine. They cannot come back from here. You saw Geelong Collingwood players on their heels, could not run in that last couple of contests.
Almost 200,000 eyeballs here at the ground watching Jimmy Bartel, and a kick which is got there.
Well, the time has arrived for Collingwood. They've still got a sniff. The big guns have got to produce something now with the halfway mark of the final quarter of the grand final of 2011. It's not impossible for the Magpies. They've got to start with the next goal. Thomas takes the mark in the middle of the ground. Off to Pendlebury. Handballs to Maxwell. And he just bangs it as long as he possibly can in front. Mark taken by Mackie.
Just consistently now being able to get that loose man. Mackie, Mark, we just saw Harry Taylor before. An uncontested mark to Corey Enright. Pies just have to continue to press. They've got to start taking more risks than they have been.
Mark taken by Jolly as side bottom landed awkwardly, going for that mark. He's in a bit of trouble. Meantime, play continues as Thomas handballs off to Didak. Long ball into the pocket. Dawes in front. Fisted away from Taylor by Taylor. Corey's there. Little kick to Mackie. Corey has another go at it. Ling. Didak's in there. Now for Solo. Gives it back to Cloak. Into the pocket. Taylor can't take the mark. We'll have a throw in right next to the behind post. Collingwood deep into attack. Side bottoms up.
What a response from Harry Taylor after looking like Travis Cloak could be the difference. He's had an enormous second half.
So Jolly and West. Again, they have a crack. They tangle and it goes to the ground. Tired legs. Tough stuff. Oh, it falls for Dawes. Big opportunity for Collingwood. They simply must, but they just can't find a way at the moment. Luke Ball on the bottom of all that.
Big ask from here, isn't it? 5 unanswered goals is what's required here for the Magpies. They've got to start chipping away at it right now.
Lee Brown almost. That fine line. Collingwood are walking it now.
Been so good in this situation, being able to manufacture a goal. Luke Ball's been the hero. Matty Scarlett just gets dropped by Chris Dawes, playing for a free kick. Yeah, the umpire saying don't give away a stupid one at this stage, but look for Luke Ball, look for Swan, look for Pendlebury in this situation.
Thomas to Corey, backed himself, tackled at the tip of the goal square, another bounce.
Crowd 99,537.
And it's been 23 minutes since the last Collingwood goal.
Snap by Fasolo, unsuccessful. Clearing kick by Ling. 50 out from Collingwood's goal. Picked up by Tarrant. Kicks towards goal. That's a point. Geelong by 25.
Could this have been a free for a fend-off? We've seen them paid before against Joel Corey. But it wasn't. And the Cats careful on their way out now. They're in no hurry. Andrew Mackie. He missed most of last year's finals. Was not chosen in the best 22 after the first week of the finals. What a sweet return it could be for him. Collingwood certainly not giving up yet. Side bottom was so good early. Thomas, he could be a key still.
There's Andrew Mackie, regarded as one of the best sledgers in the game, Andrew Mackie. Never short of a word, and start doing that, you're feeling pretty good about where this grand final sits from a Geelong point of view.
Ottens to Selwood. What an unbelievable 5-year career he's had so far. Tarrant in front. And it's just hard to see where Collingwood are going to get this forward momentum from, Das, as the Cats fans start their version of the Collingwood chant.
Corey torps one to half forward, and we'll have a throw in. 99,537. The Cats begin celebrations a little bit premature, maybe.
Quarters since half-time, and we thought Geelong were just hanging on. It's 8 goals 3 to 3 goals 5, and they have to kick 5 goals in this last 7 minutes. So They've just haven't been able to find an answer through the midfield. Bartel, Selwood, Hawkins has been the big winner on the day in this as the main forward, and they need a freak goal from someone just to get them going.
Ball over the top of it. Another stoppage, so the clock ticking down. 7 minutes of match time left. It's the Cats by 25. Ottens the tap.
Saw Dane Swan there just have a glance up at the scoreboard and the time. Cameron Ling trailing him in behind, the Brownlow medalist this year. And we know how hard he works, how unaffected he is, Dane Swan, but been a tough day. He's had 20 disposals, but only 60% efficient. Ling has really done a good job.
Chapman to Hunt. High ball back to half forward. Johnson wrestling with O'Brien. Socket off the ground by Corey. Deep into attack. Shaw will get there first for Collingwood. Kicks down the line towards Brown. And we'll have a throw-in.
They can't be doing that, Collingwood. I know you can't go away from how you've played all year, and it's hard to, but they're not going to kick goals out on the boundary like that. It's time. Heath Shaw took a risk last week, which got them back in the third quarter against Hawthorn. They have to go for it.
Had 104 tackles, the Cats, though, are hungry for more goals. Quick kick, Selwood to Steve Johnson. Wouldn't this be sweet for Steve Johnson? After the week he's had, he's kicked 3 already.
He's going for his snap, Hutto, as he likes to.
Well, 7 days ago, he must have thought he was no chance to be here. But this is where he is, on the main stage, kicking the match-winning goal. How sweet it is.
The power of the mind, and a lot of players. Watch Stevie Johnson squeeze the water bottle, gave it to a few Collingwood players. He's had a huge impact since the first bounce, Stevie Johnson.
4 goals to Johnson. Geelong's lead's blown out to 31. And a free kick going Collingwood's way. Going to be taken by Johnson. Doesn't waste any time. Goes to Dawes. Nice kick.
Chris Dawes has struggled in today's game. Hasn't kicked a goal. Just the 11 disposals.
So Chris Dawes. Luke Darcy, I think, running out of steam at the moment.
Pretty cracking.
So Dawes comes in. Oh, it's a bad miss. Doesn't even make the distance in the end. And things going sour now for the Magpies. Bartel, little short one. And the mark's taken by Hunt.
Interesting thing too, as we enjoy the last 5 minutes, is how many of these Geelong players are going to hang up the boots. We know Mooney's already retired, as we see one last foray forward for Geelong.
Varco out to Selwood, who had a big first half. Selwood shorts it. Johnson and Stokes collide. Johnson bounces up. Stokes is down hurt. A bounce inside the Cats 50.
So there's been rumours of Brad Ottens, David Wyszynski, Cameron Ling.
David Wyszynski, I think, is still finding it pretty tough to come up each week. As you said, Cameron Ling.
Collingwood free kick. Harry O'Brien deep in defence. Oh, short one. Johnson slips over. Varco to the captain. This would be sweet. A sweet goal to Cameron Ling. Icing on the Cats' cake. There's Ling's reaction. There's the coach's reaction. He knows they're home. It's Geelong by 37.
The damn wall has well and truly broke open now. Pendlebury to half forward. Mackie takes it from the Wellingham kick. And he goes short and finds Bartel. These are the luxurious moments in footy, Lloydie, when the game's decided and the players know that a premiership is coming their way. It wasn't a luxury they had in 09. It certainly was in 07. They'll be loving every single second of it on very tired legs. Corey takes it to the line. Pendlebury, Duncan, Thomas. Oh, it's a tough way for the Magpies to finish the season. They were so dominant for so much of the year, but Geelong has just got the timing right.
Look at James Potts-Adley there on the bench. He dislocated his shoulder, subbed out. He won't be worried about that at all. A premiership player and one of the great stories for the Geelong Footy Club this year.
Stokes to Varco. Jams it onto the left. Johnson. Here's Ottens against Maxwell. Maxwell concedes the rush behind. So Chris Scott has made the trip down. In his first season, he becomes the 13th coach in history to coach a premiership in his first season. Dawes. And the mark's taken by Brown. And a 50-metre penalty as well.
Just as Brown's having this shot, they got out to an 18-point deficit, Geelong, and now with the scoreline 38 points up, a 56-point turnaround in this match, and I think they deserve it. They have been the best team when it matters most, and that is in the latter part of the season. So two ripper teams, but Geelong far too good.
As the celebrations start for Geelong, Brown misses. Hugs all round.
That's great stuff, isn't it? Chris Scott, what an impact he's made. There's so much devastation. Bomber Thompson left the club under unusual circumstances. They found a man who has just delivered so much, and what a rare moment to be able to just soak up this last bit. 99,537 here at the MCG, and 3 premierships since 2007 will be for this mighty footy club. So much disappointment as well for the Magpies, looking to go back-to-back. The first time since 1935-36 in Mick Moldhouse's last ever game.
Short kick in for Selwood. He takes it at half-back, savouring these moments. Into Enright. So Geelong's lead is 37. Up to the wing. West's in front. What a story he is in just his 20th game. And we'll have a ball up.
So hard to go back-to-back, and these Geelong 07, 09 and now 11. And what scenes this man, he is pumped. He's kept his emotions in check, but they are about to explode.
Thomas off to Maxwell. Goes to the 50. Here's Taylor. And he's more than happy to see it over the line. Look at this emotional stuff.
Brenton Sanderson.
Yep.
That's great stuff, isn't it? The new coach of the Adelaide Football Club. He was in the box up until about 10 days ago, and sensational to see him down there. So many of his great mates. He's been at Geelong 17 years, Brenton Sanderson.
Here's Ben Johnson. Off to Ball. Over to Fasolo. And Alex Fasolo snaps towards goal. It's going to fall short. No mark. Dawes. Chapman. And the Cats clear. And Varco has got a paddock to work with. Travis Varco kicked a goal in the opening 15 seconds of the grand final. Paddles, keeps his feet. Varco handballs off to Big West. West, what's the big fella going to do? He bangs it long. Johnson's underneath it. Can't take the mark. It's through for a rush behind.
So 29 minutes gone now. Short into the back pocket, Shaw. Still trying his best not to be for Leon Davis. More disappointment for him. Maxwell to half forward. Dawes trying his best to get onto it. Matthew Scarlett, what a champion he is. Speaking of stars, Bartel. And it's over once again.
Joel Selwood, 27 disposals, 7 tackles, 8 clearances, 17 contested possessions to go with 2 goals.
You just wonder what's going through that man's mind. He just had an unbelievable history in the game, 28 years as a senior coach, and to sit through that must be a really galling experience for him right now.
What a hollow feeling for Mick Moldhouse. Taylor wins another little battle, and the little battles have added up to a huge victory for Geelong. They lead by 38 points. Selwood kicks to the wing. Davis gets in front. Here's Duncan. Here's Ling. Here's Varco. What an afternoon he's had at the MCG. Steve Johnson wants one more for the road. Still might get it. O'Brien has other intentions and finds Maxwell.
So Maxwell's off. Has a couple of bounces. Goes back into the corridor. The mark's taken by Johnson. Johnson out wide to Shaw. The clock has ticked over the 30-minute mark now. Shaw drives it as long as he possibly can. There it is! Beyond a shadow of a doubt, the Cats proved themselves as one of the greatest teams of the modern era. Premierships 07, 09 and now 2011. 3 and 5 years. A triple treat for a sensational football side.